Welcome back to the series. In episode 2, I'm going to be carrying on with some of the stripping and prepping of the removable panels of the MGB GT, starting with the bonnet, the front valance, moving on to the doors, and then onto the rear hatch, with which there are a couple of little issues, but we'll get into that. I talk a little bit about what the plan is with the front wings, which will then hopefully lead nicely into episode 3. So with that all to come, I hope you enjoy episode 2, and I'll catch you a bit later on in the video. Right, thought I'd do a little progress update because I've just been cracking on up until now. Show you what's been going on so far. Shooting this on the GoPro Hero 9, so I hope that's good enough to see what's going on. But little walk around the car, fully stripped down pretty much. Spent a little bit of time on the tub trying to expose areas that were quite bad from like inspecting before taking the paint back. That was quite a bad area. Got quite a bad area on this side as well, on the rear quarter. I think maybe it might have had a rear end weld job. You can see the tail lights are slightly different from each other. And I've exposed a weld line here, which may well go all the way to the back of the quarter. I'm not sure yet. Probably not worth taking it back as there wasn't any rust here. However, there was a small patch of surface rust here, which I could see through the filler because the filler was coming loose. Spent a bit of time going around the window apertures, removing all of the residue from the liners that was wrapped around here. The bonnet and the lower valance over there are prepped, ready for etch primer, pretty much. When I say that, I have missed an area in that corner up there. We just got some bad rust points in the back, all surface though to be fair, just where the bolts and the washers have pinched the metal and transferred rust across. This corner on the other side isn't great. Bit of shaping that needs to be done here. Windscreen is out obviously, and the aperture has been prepped and rust treated a little bit. Roof's prepped. I then had a bit of a change of plan and started doing the removable panels like the doors and the wings first. Thought I'd get them painted, primed, etched, etc. and get them out of the way. Currently working on the one of the doors, driver's side maybe. Just taking it back to metal where it needs to. Some quite bad areas of rust and corrosion. It's eating its way through the metal there, unless that's a badly drilled hole. There's quite a bit of rust around there, and all the corners expected. Some surface rust around the seams, which is fine. A lot of the rest is surface. Hopefully that is. Looks like it, but we'll have to wait and see.
SPL did this.
Oh, fucking hell. Right, a little progress update. The tailgate is prepped. However, rust on the inside of this edge is quite bad and it's corroded its way through and eaten this face. So that's going to go. I'm just going to buy a new stripped one second-hand off eBay because it's just cost and time effective to do that rather than cutting and welding. The same goes for the wings because they're bad on the inside. They're not horrendous for the age, really, but again, the time it takes to prep these to a point where if it's painted, it's not just going to come off in a year's time. And doing the job properly, it's just worth spending a little bit of money because they're quite cheap, really, already stripped on eBay. You can get some acid dips or something, or stripped. So we're going to get a pair of those. And then the next job is to have a look at this channel here, because there are signs of some wells have already started here. Doesn't look too bad, but since it looks like there was either a rib pause or entire rear end weld job, I'm going to get inside there, have a look what condition the metal is, because I've just seen also there's a little crack there, so there's probably filler in there. So I'm going to take this back, see what it's like. I'll imagine it's okay. There's no visible signs of rusting here, and the inside doesn't look too bad, so strip that back, double check it, work our way down here and deal with this when we get there. Okay, episode 2 done. The new rear hatch arrives for episode 3. So in that there's prep and I think some manipulation of the aperture due to the ill-fitting door. I'll start masking the side doors and getting them in etch and 2K primer, and then possibly getting into some of the bodywork on the rear end around where the bumper and the taillights fit. So thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode.